All right, welcome everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. This is an Ox Billiards match between James Borja and Angelo Eligino. Looks like James won the lag here. They are playing a race to 9 in 9-ball. They are playing a winner break format here. James has a Fargo rating of 444. Angelo has a rating of 486. You can see the odds here on the scoreboard that Fargo automatically calculates based on their ratings. And so James doing the cut break. Pretty common break to do with a magic rack. Really good snap, almost a golden break. Wow. Gets the one in the corner. This is looking pretty fantastic. If I was James, I'd be pretty happy about this spread. So even though he has a bit of a steep angle on this 2, he can hit a little bit of bottom right to get position on that 3. Overhit it just a bit. Pretty decent safety opportunity here, depending on how aggressive he wants to play it. Bump the rack a little bit, but sure, yeah, just move that off the table. All right, so Angelo's got a pretty decent opener here. If he hits this smooth enough, he can come back up table, but he'll probably bump into the 6, which will give him a pretty decent position for the 5 in the lower left corner. Oh, he went really soft on it. Yeah, he was really trying to hold position there, just because he didn't want to take on that longer shot, but unfortunately cut it too thin. All right, so James with the switch hand. Getting good position here for the 5. Be able to go one rail out for the 6. Just needs to have smooth cue ball control here. Yeah, hitting bottom, ended up pulling that cue ball a little bit further back, so it reacted off that rail, kind of pulled tight. If you would have hit middle ball, the cue ball would have rolled up table a little bit more. It's got a bit of a steep position here on the 6. Kind of go one or two ways about this. You can either try to bank this 6 and hide the cue, which it looks like. Yeah, that's a good outcome. Looks like Angelo has a really thin cut on this 6. He might actually be able to combo this 6-9 here. Again, it really just depends how aggressive he wants to be. It's a good safe. Get the 6 up table. He's hitting between the 8 and the 7 now, so I don't know if James has like a little bit of a look on that side of the 6. She doesn't, so he's going to kick at it. Oh, so he hit it with bottom, and he hit with bottom. It actually draws off that rail and kind of shortens the angle a little bit, so either top or middle probably would have been a little bit better there. Angelo with ball in hand here. Suspect he'll probably just do a little stop shot. Now he's a little steep on this 7. So if he decides to slow roll it, he's got to be pretty careful. Oh, he's good. Thought he would get a little too close to his work, but he's pretty good. So just follow this up. 9 ball in the lower left corner. All right, so Angelo taking the first rack here. Both players play pretty quick. That's what I like to see personally. If you're watching in the chat, let me know where you're tuning in from. We're live here in Seattle, Washington at Ox Billiards. If you're unfamiliar with Ox Billiards, go ahead and check out the website, oxbilliards.com. We have 8 9-foot Rasson tables. Same tables that the World 9-Ball Tour primarily uses for their events. We also have 4 snooker tables here and 1 Hey Joy Chinese 8-ball table. Hey Joy table is basically a combination of a pool table and a snooker table. All right, so Angelo decided to do the break box here. Almost a golden 9. It's back-to-back breaks where we've almost had golden 9s. So ends up being dry, so James has a good push opportunity here. I think I might just push beyond the 3, just so... Okay. Pushing here is... It's fine, but... Actually left him a pretty decent defense opportunity. So Angelo just needs to send this 1 on the other side of the 2. And he can kind of freeze the cue ball up. Oh, we ended up bumping the 2, so... Giving James a window here for the 1 in the top right corner. He's on the rail though, so the cue ball control is going to be a little tough. Nice shot. Oh, just barely lost the cue ball there, unfortunately. I think he still has a bit of a cut on the 2. Camera angles here are a little deceiving, but... Yeah, it looks like he can get this 2 in the lower left. Okay, he had to kick first. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. Ball in hand here with a fairly open rack. 4 to the 5 is going to be probably the hardest layout here. Maybe even the 2 to the 3. I think Angelo can just draw back kind of hard on this. Get shape for that 3 in the upper right corner. Yep, really good position. I imagine he can probably stop shot this and then play lower left on the cue to go 1 or 2 rails back for the 5. But whatever he's comfortable with. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Just needs to find the window between the 7 and the 8 to get back down table. Found it pretty good. Big bump off that rail. Yeah, so he's going to want to draw back on this one just for the so he has shape on the 6 in the upper right. This one probably just play a stop shot. So he has a 7 in the lower left corner. Might be getting kind of close to that rail, but I think it is the ideal shot here. He could roll up, but might be obscured by that 9 at the top of the table. So I think he'll just kind of stop shot or stun out. Yeah, he got off the rail good enough. This one's going to be a little bit tricky, so you can cut this in the lower left corner. To avoid the side pocket, he may want to come back up above it, which looks like he's aiming to do. Okay, he actually fell lower. Great, really great position. Yeah, he's definitely feeling it right now. Just roll up on this a little bit, avoid that side pocket. Yeah, he's good. Looking pretty good. Oh. Interesting. He hit that kind of hard. Don't know if he needed to. I know he was kind of avoiding that side pocket scratch because that tangent line was sort of in play, but seemed to have rushed it just a little bit. Oh, and James just barely tapping out. Oh, and the scratch. Jeez. So. All right, so Angelo taking that rack. Yeah, so both players need to shoot the last ball, even if there's a scratch. So just a little miscommunication there. But Angelo up here 2-0. Thank you all for joining the stream this evening. My name is Zach Ross, Q Sports Communicator here at Ox Billiards. Bringing you matches that hopefully educational to you, even if you are above or below the skill levels. Might be able to learn something, pick something up that's new to your game. That's the goal here. So Angelo making the 1 on the break. Decides to kick at the 2. Ends up pretty nice. It's going to force James to... So I think the safest route actually is to go up table long on this kick, because if you kick this way on the shorter rail, you hit the inside of the 2, and the cue ball is going to scratch in that lower left corner. So I know it seems sort of like the easier route, but I just don't see, unless he can really like time it perfect to hit the thicker side of the 2, it's going to be a little difficult. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's kind of looking at that tangent line. I've kind of mentioned this before, but if you put a peace sign at the ball and the object ball that you're hitting, so whatever finger you want to use, in that case it would be the middle finger, and your pointer finger would be pointed towards that pocket. So kind of want to avoid wherever the tangent line is taking the cue ball on touchy shots like that. So Angelo with ball in hand here. Ooh, rattles the corner pocket. All right, so good opportunity for James to get back in this game. I'd probably play rail first on this just so I can make sure that I get around that 4-ball. Opted for the hard draw. And he's got position, so yeah. That was a nice play. Have to write that down, put that in my back pocket. Unfortunately, he's going to be jacked up over the 9-ball now for this 4. He needs to hit this pretty smooth. Cue ball will be heading towards that top right pocket, but not enough to scratch, I don't think. Looks like it would hit just before the jaw. Oh, he opted for the top right pocket. This could be a decent save. Leaked out a bit. So Angelo has a back cut into the lower right pocket here for the 4. It's going to stun this out. Nice. Yeah, fell below the 9. That's what he needed to do. 6 is dressed up on that side pocket, so all he has to do is take the natural angle here. 5, or the cue ball should roll between the 9 and the 7. All right, hit a little hard, but that's fine. I would stun this out middle table, a little bit of bottom left. Sort of the upper side of that table. Yeah, just like that. Really nice. And the reason that's good that he left himself on this side of the 7, so now he can actually just roll forward. And get a look on the 9, or on the 8 rather. Yeah, he stunned it out. Seven to the 8 here is going to be a little tough. I think if James can stun back across table and take the longer shot on the 8 in the lower left corner, should be pretty good. Oh, you got really good draw on it. Unfortunately, the pocket rattle just not sitting well at the moment. Hit this with top right to come back down table. It's a good leave. You can just hit this pretty smooth, maybe with a little bit of top left or inside left, just so he avoids the 9-ball on the way back up. But doesn't need to hit it too hard. Yeah, that's good. All right, so Angelo taking advantage of some late rack mistakes here early on. Oh no. Bumblebee has stung. Leaving James a really long sort of straight shot, but you know, just a hair of, he hits a 9-ball on the left side just a little bit. See how he does up against the rail here. He's trying to stun it. I think with that shot, since he was off the rail, if you kind of just play your stick parallel to the table, you're able to shoot smoother. Because he was jacked up, he's actually putting energy into the table itself more so than the cue, so the cue can kind of squirt. Very fortunate hit here after the miss. So leaving James long again, this time almost glued to the rail. I think he might be going for the bank. Just kind of what I've been seeing here so far. Opted for the D. Okay, good. I think this is smart. Maybe left like the thinnest cut into the side pocket. He probably wanted that 9-ball a little bit more glued to the rail, closer to that third diamond nearest the side pocket, but at least he's giving Angelo a bit of a tester here. Yeah, so he's rewarded for the defense. Just to settle in, make this 9. Nice. All right, brings the score to 2-1 in favor of Angelo. We are playing a winner break and winner rack format here in 9-ball. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are an Ox member or interested in becoming one, we'd like to have you on the stream. So go ahead and check your emails. Mike@oxbilliards.com. Sent out a questionnaire regarding these matches. If you are so inclined or interested, let us know. Good thing about becoming a member, you get 24-hour access to the club 7 days a week. Member days are Mondays and Wednesdays. The rest of the week, even if it is public time, you do get 20% off your table rate. But if you don't want to play with the public, you can also come before or after closing, rent yourself a table. We also have access to coaching and lessons, so yeah. It's a really great experience to be part of this club if you want to improve your cue sports, whether it's snooker or pool. So James here with a really solid break. The only problem, obviously, is the 7-8. 3 to the 4 is going to be a tad tricky. He might be able to sort of draw off of this 3. Okay, hit that a little hard, but he did get positioned for the 4. Lux Shampoo asking the really nice cut here from Angelo. Got a pretty decent leave on the 4. I think he has a pretty good defense opportunity here where he can send the cue ball up behind the 6. Kind of just bank the 4 right below that 9-ball. Hey, Lux and Tyler, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Hope you all are doing good this evening. Or afternoon or morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Really nice cut here again from Angelo with these sharp cuts. So he's going to try to bank this into this top right corner, and he got it. All right, so Angelo's really feeling it right now. Unfortunately, this leave is kind of stuck behind the 9, so he can actually kick. He might be able to actually kick this 8-ball into the side pocket. He just has to dial in. Oh, 7 almost went. Okay. All right, so a potential sellout here because the 7, 8, 9 are kind of connect the dots. This is going to be interesting because he fell on the upper side of this 8. If he goes for the 8 in the lower right corner, potential scratch situation here with the side pocket in play. Oh, what a shot. Good recovery. All right, so James tying this up 2-2. Got ourselves a match here, folks. Let me know in the chat, what's your Fargo rating? If anyone is going to be attending BCA championships in Las Vegas in February, also let me know. I'll be there myself with a small group of Ox members as well. All right, so James's break has been super solid this game. Making 3 balls on the break there. I think the other 2 racks he either made 2 or 3 also, so he's really dialed in with the break. If he can just sharpen up the positional play a little bit here, I think he can easily have the momentum and the advantage. Just stun off this 2, hit the long rail there to come back for the 3. Okay, we dug into it a little bit more. This back cut on the 3, he will be running into the 9 just a little bit. Oh, he's gonna fluke it? Oh my goodness. All right, so Angelo actually has an opportunity here to back cut this 3 into the 9. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Oh, and he scratches though, so the 9 ball will be spotted. An interesting turn of events here. So 9 ball gets spotted and this rack continues. We went from a fluke to an early 9 to now we're running out the rest of the rack. So that's 9 ball, baby. So James is going to try to draw back off of this 5. Got pretty decent position for the 7. Has a bit of a sharp cut into the upper right corner, but, you know, it is makeable. It's got to really find that thin edge there. So he's hitting it with right, so the cue ball is going to move left a little bit, which it did, and he almost got it perfect. Pretty good leave on the 8 as well, but unfortunately just because he was hitting left, you actually, the momentum in the cue ball doesn't connect with the object ball as much. All right, so Angelo should be able to stun this out. It's got a bit of an angle here, so you can either roll forward or stun. You're gonna with a roll forward. Decently friendly bump. Yeah, friendly enough to give him a good look in the top right here, so. Probably just hit this with middle cue ball. Don't really need to do anything fancy here. Nice shot. All right, so Angelo advancing his lead here, 3-2. This is a race to 9 winner break format. For those of you just joining us, this is Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. If you're liking the content that we put out, please hit that like and subscribe. Ring that bell to be notified when we go live. Appreciate all the support. So yeah, if you're interested in getting in on one of these streamed matches, members do have the priority. So if you become a member at Ox Billiards, you also do get 24-hour access to the club. So it's a really solid deal. You get to play on these beautiful Rasson tables, felted with Andy cloth. It is the premier brand of Andy. A pretty solid break from Angelo as well. Unfortunately, that one just gets tied up on the top rail. But yeah, both these players breaking off really well. I think there's a pretty decent opportunity for a defense here. He just thins this one and sends the one kind of by that 5. All right, he hit it a little bit thick, but that's totally fine because he's got the 8 as a cover. It's kind of a long jump, so it doesn't seem like James wants to entertain that, so he is going to go for the kick here. Ooh, almost got the 2-railer. Unfortunately, left the thinnest of windows here for Angelo. If you can draw off of this kind of hard and bring the cue ball up that rail. Yep, just like that. Really good execution. Now, I would follow this with a touch of right just to avoid that 6. He's hitting a little straight. Yeah. When you hit straight on, again, that sort of tangent line discussion I was having earlier. Have to kind of manipulate the cue ball in a way that just avoids it slightly. And unfortunately here now he's kind of locked on that jaw. So I think he's going to try to hit off the point or just on the other side of the point. That was actually a really good hit. Dang. Yeah, if he had speed, potentially thinning that 4 ball, but yeah, unfortunately going to be a ball in hand here. Oh no. Ooh. So I would play follow with a little bit of top left. That way I'm coming around the 8 on the other side of the 8. So the intention was good. It was just way too much power. So the cue ball didn't have enough time to react to that forward spin to actually take off of the 5 and then hit the top rail. Because he put so much power into it, when he struck the cue ball or the object ball, it didn't have enough time to react on the rail that he intended. So he's going to opt for a safety here. A pretty good one, but I think it leaked out just a tad. So now Angelo has an opportunity to kick this, or I guess bank the 6 rather, into the top right corner. Yeah, unfortunate kiss there, but pretty good leave, all things considered. Unless it dresses up. Sorry. Spoke too soon. Good line here. He's got distance, but it is a good line for the 7. You just come off this left rail here, get position for the 8. Unfortunately missed. Not the easiest gimme shot, but if he does make this, he should have a good opportunity for the 8 ball in the same corner. I think I would just let my stroke out just a little bit here. You don't really want to hold for the side pocket. Friendly bump on the 9. All right, so Angelo just needs to do a stop shot here. Or if he decides to roll forward a little bit, no problem. Yeah, he hit that a little aggressive. I don't know if it was the distance, making him think he needed to kind of laser it in, but nonetheless, giving James another opportunity here. All right, with that, James ties this matchup 3-3. So yeah, both these players just capitalizing on each other's mistakes here. Made the 1 in the upper right corner, which he's done a couple times now. But unfortunately, the rack didn't spread as well as the previous ones. I don't know if he let up momentum on the break or maybe just struck the 1 ball slightly off. But got a bit more of a cluster here. Really good defensive choice for the opening shot. Recognized the giant cluster there, sent the 2 ball behind it. Gonna force Angelo to kick here. Good connect. Sort of repeating the same safety that James had, but James is actually gonna have maybe doesn't quite have vision on this 2. Yeah. He could potentially masse around that 3, but it might be safer to just come up, down table. needs to hit that line, almost that line that's drawn up onto that top rail. Okay, hit it before, and a nice hit. Cue ball just needs to get around. Okay, so left Angelo a look, but not a pot. So I would say it's a successful safety here. Angelo just safeties right back. All right, so there is a 2-rail kick here if he wanted to go just to the left of the 7, but instead he's going to go 2 rails around this way. Unfortunate. I think he needed to make that a little bit tighter. Cue ball almost needed to hit where the lower right diamond is here on the short rail for that to make contact with the 2. All right, so Angelo's just going to draw this out, get position for the 3. Using lower right instead. Just wanted to check his speed with the rail. He has an opportunity here to make the 4 in the side pocket. Does look like a 4 goes by the 9, so that's what he opted to do. Oh, get on this side. Okay. So even though he missed, not the worst miss, you know. Sometimes I like to call it a good miss. Anytime you leave the object ball obstructed. I think James is going to have to get this going 2 rails. Really nice hit. Needs to hit a rail. And he does. Kind of broke that cluster out. But it's better than ball in hand. So Angelo with a string of runs here. Needed to seal the deal. I think he'll just run this up to the short rail. Leave himself for the 6 in the lower right corner. Hit that a little hard. I know the head tilt there kind of maybe recognized it was a little hard. But now he can actually just do a little bit of a stun draw here for the 7 in the lower right corner. Oh, rattled. It's the thing about these pockets, if you're not hitting it pure with speed, it does tend to rattle out, so James going to draw back. I don't really see him making this in the lower right corner. I mean, it is an incredibly thin cut, so... Oh, he did it. Nice shot. Really nice shot. Took his time on that. Really good finish there from James. I think he needed that after giving away a couple to Angelo earlier. I think he's recognized that he needs to capitalize on Angelo's mistakes. And vice versa. Both these players really feeding off of the errors here. But also both players playing pretty good positions, so... All right, let's see how many James makes on this break. I'm going to guess 2. If anyone else has a guess before he breaks, let me know in the chat. Shout out the number you think he's going to make. Come on, another ball. One more. All right, ends up making 1 on the break here. But really good layout. He can just run this ball up and come back down center table towards the 9. So he has that 2 in the side pocket. Just want to hit this with a tad left. So he hit it with draw, which is still kind of giving him a window. But he actually needed to hit that with probably say like 10 o'clock on the cue ball, as opposed to 7 or 8 o'clock. But really good recovery. Found the line. He's got a couple choices here. He can roll forward for the 4 in the side pocket to come back for the 5. Decides to stun. He actually does have enough angle on this to get the cue ball to the left side of the 5, but unfortunately, then he's having to combo. So if he would have rolled forward and taken the 4 in the side pocket, he could have rolled down to have the cue ball between the 9 and the 7, so he'd have that 5 in the lower left. Now he's going to have to get a little creative here. Which he totally did. But yeah, he is leaving this 4-7 combo, which is obviously it's not the worst choice. You're still getting a shot. Finally bump on that 5. All right, just take his time, thin this out. Cue ball is going to be running quite a bit just because you are hitting it so thin. Ah, no, caught the jaw. Yeah. That was looking to be a pretty good break and run. Unfortunately, just hit that one a little thick. I would just play straight top on this. You get the forward momentum to hit the short rail here, and the cue ball will roll back towards middle table. Almost bumped the 9, but not quite. It's going to be arched over this 9 just a little bit, but Angelo just removing the rack here. Smart. Try to get that rack out as soon as possible. Face man, I am chat. Yes, we are chat. I am, we are, you are, I am. Oh, he's going to fluke the 8. Wave of the hand, acknowledging the fluke. But an opportunity here for Angelo to tie this up. All right, didn't get stung by the bumblebee that time. Angelo now tying this game up 4-4. Thank you all again for joining me this evening. My name is Zach Ross, Q Sports Communicator here at Ox Billiards. Putting on these members matches and member affiliated matches. If you're interested in joining, being on stream, best chance is to become a member of Ox Billiards. So not only with that benefit, you do get 24-hour access to the club, as well as early access to tournaments hosted here. It's really a solid deal. I've been a member here for 2 years now. Face man asking what's in the middle. I actually don't know personally. So if you want to message either of these players afterwards, I'm sure they would let you know. So dry break here from Angelo, which is interesting because both these players have been breaking pretty solid the entire game. Kyle in the chat saying, let's go, James. Yeah, this is a close one, you know. I don't even know how to call it. Don't think I can. Both these players playing well, capitalizing on mistakes. So it's really anyone's game at this point, especially with the race to 9. The gap is quickly closing, though. All right, so I just roll this back up middle table. He decided to play top left on it. So if we would have played top right, or more middle right, cue ball would have actually hit that top rail and come back middle table for the 2. Really good leave here from James. I think I would try to go back and forth on this. Yep. Nice shot. Good position. I think it is kind of tight into that side pocket, so maneuvering around the 7 is going to be a little touchy. So decides to roll forward. It's a good choice. Now I can just roll this one forward to the top left and take that 5 in the lower right. Face man saying Angelo is capable of out-moving James. Yeah, let's see, you know. Both these players playing fairly equally at the moment. Oh. Caught the rail first on that one. Sometimes when you see a ball in the pocket, it sort of obscures your vision on how you should shoot the ball. So kind of needs to pretend that that ball doesn't even exist in the pocket and just find the pocket line, which Angelo has done here. So just roll this one back up about half table, quarter table here. He is going to need to stop shot this or just stun it out slightly now. Make sure he's got good position on that 8. Hey, Ken Clifford in the chat. Howdy. How you doing tonight? Or morning or afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. Nice to have you in the chat here. All right, so Angelo's, I would stun off this rail 2 rails, back for the 9. Oh. He hit it good, speed-wise. Speed-wise, I would say it's perfect. But unfortunately, just catching the jaw again, so I think maybe the biggest takeaway for Angelo in this match is maybe power into the pocket. Just be a little bit more aware of how hard you're hitting the ball. Maybe same with James. Like, I know you want to get the draw, but you can hit the draw with more follow on the bottom of your cue. It's more of a speed thing than it is power, if that makes sense. So I think I would play safety here. Send the 8 ball on the bottom side of the 9 while moving the cue ball up table. Okay, he opts for the bank, which is going to be... Not sure he wanted the 2 railer, but he ends up getting it. Ooh, what a cut. Oh, jeez. Don't fucking do it. Oh, excuse my language. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Yeah. Good. I'm glad it stayed up. Ken, doing good. Portland here. Just practicing. Awesome. So you got a table at your place. What kind of table you play on? Here at Ox, we've got the Rason tables with Andy cloth. Anyone else in the chat, if you got a table at your home, let us know what you play on. I'm always interested to hear what type of table you're practicing on. Yeah, Angelo with the slightest of fluke advantages, but you know, his game is still pretty close. Solid break here, leaving the cue ball in the middle of the table. Ends up making the 1 and the 6 on the break. Would have been a pretty good safety, but unfortunately did not get on the other side of that 5. Hey, you know what? A cheap free table is better than no table, Ken, so... I also used to have a really cheap table. Used to live in a house, and I got a table off of Craigslist that they told me was slate, but it was obviously not when we moved it. So it was just something to shoot around with friends on and not really take games seriously. Just get your stroke in, but... Sometimes you just need a table to hit some balls around. Doesn't matter if it's perfect, pristine condition or not. Interesting choice here. So Angelo can slice this 2 on the top left corner. Seems to... Speed control here is going to be pretty important. Ended up getting the position he needed, but just hit it a little too thick, so... Not quite sure the 2 goes by the 7, so... There might be a decent defense opportunity if James wants to send the 2 between the 5 and the 7, and then roll that cue ball up onto the 3. I think that's what I would do, but... I think both of these players, at least so far in this match, as we're halfway through now, tend to play offensive more so than safety. Kyle says if I could have a table in my apartment, I'd get a 10-foot diamond. Whoa, 10 foot. Bigfoot. You got to go out to, it's Derby City. Where they got the 10-foot Bigfoot challenge. I definitely want to go to Derby City some game. Or some game, wow. Sometime. I know they hold it in January typically. But yeah, the Derby City would be sweet. I just gotta get my Fargo up a little bit. Feel more confident in my game before I try and test those waters. Nice shot here. Friendly kiss off that 4 to get good position for the 3. Face Man says my dream house, I'd have a diamond 9 and 7 and a valley 8. Yeah, that's touching all the bases for sure. I've often you know when you see those Washington lottery ads, they're like, what's your dream? Like, it's very similar where I just have like a giant room and various table sizes that you could practice or just have like friends over and have tournaments and stuff. Kyle says my Fargo is fine. I mean, ooh, what a bank here from Angelo. Look how touchy that was. That was a very smooth bank. And to hold position for the 5 there. Way to go. What a shot that was. Really good stun out here for the position on the 8. All right, just slow roll this one to have the 9 in the lower left corner. Hit that one a little hard. He could have kind of shortened that angle with inside right. But now James taking advantage of that mistake and leaving a beautiful 9 here. Nice shot. Just to make sure this cue ball stays, and it will. All right, so James and Angelo just trading racks back and forth here. I think this might be the first stream we've had where players are just going back and forth, so it's pretty exciting. Thank you all for joining on this Wednesday evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Going back to Kyle's comment, yeah, I definitely want to do Derby. I know it's single elimination and all that, but you can buy back in. And they've got like several events that are like super interesting. They've got the Banks tournament. I think they even have a 1 pocket tournament. They've got 10, 9 ball. Kind of got all the games that you would need to play in regards to pool. And then of course the Bigfoot table has always been pretty intriguing. Actually, one of the Ox employees here, Travis, I believe he has a 10-foot, I want to say it's a 10-foot Brunswick. All right, so James with, yet again, solid break here, making the 6 on the break. Kyle's asking, what's the entry in the buyback at Derby? I want to say it's about $100. I think I remember it being relatively affordable. It wasn't something like crazy, like some of these tournaments are like $500 buy-ins or like $250 or something. But no, I think it was pretty reasonable because I think Derby wants to attract obviously amateurs and semi-pros, kind of get in the mix with the pros there at that event. It's kind of like the only event that you can kind of do that now because I think Matchroom is starting to sort of regulate who's able to enter the U.S. Open. I believe you have to do some sort of preliminary win or preliminary tournament to be able to enter the U.S. Open going forward. So, all right, so Angelo going to swing this one around, and it's got pretty good position. It's a little long, but, the back cut here is definitely in play. Yeah, I was looking at, because it's held in, I think Derby City's in Indiana, but if you fly into, like, St. Louis, Missouri or something, it's just like a 30-minute drive from the airport or 40-minute drive from the airport to the casino that they hosted at. So it's not terrible. But yeah, definitely would want to go with people just to enjoy the festivities. But Faceman says, I'd rather go to a Hard Times event first. Oh man, yeah, Oscar Dominguez in Sacramento. Hard Times Billiards. Yeah, but it's Matchroom versus WPA. Those are the The governing bodies here at pool are pool overlords, if you will. But I have never seen so many events streamed and promoted, and I've only been playing pool since 2012, but man, in the last 5 to 6 years, I feel like the promotion and just the visibility to pool in general has like grown so much. All right, so I think James should stun out this 5, just using that long rail here to get position for the 7. And he doesn't need to hit this too hard. Just make sure that that bottom takes. Yeah, it did take, but unfortunately just missing the pocket. Really sweet stroke there from Angelo. I'm just going to follow this one up so he comes off that rail, has a cue ball head towards that bottom rail. Get position for the 8. I hit it thick. Or too thin, rather. Yeah. And he actually did not get the position he needed. All right, so James had a couple shots here. Needs to just refocus here. Solid bank. Good position here. Just roll this one up for the 9 in the lower left. All right, and Angelo taking this rack, making it 6-5. All right, chat, based on the predictions of these racks, over under, is James going to win rack 12? Yeah, Kyle, I think I agree with you. Just that rack in particular, James had a couple misses that were sort of gimmies. I mean, they weren't like incredibly easy, but you know, they were there, they were open. And so I think if I were Angelo, I would kind of recognize that. Yeah, I do agree. It's still a coin toss. I mean, we've gone back and forth so many racks now that it's like, unless somebody like really catches fire and like hits a break and run, it could still be anyone's game. So and just trying to see if this 2 goes by the 5, which it looks like it does. So nice shot. Unfortunately, just coming up a little too close on that 3. I wonder if he can kind of overcut this and maybe clip the inside of that 8 to actually make the ball, or if he can actually make it clean. Nice, he made it clean. All right, so 4 to the 5, pretty straightforward. Just got to roll this up, get back down middle table. Oh no. Man, every time I feel like, I guess Angelo in particular here, has a pretty good run going, and then kind of just, I don't know if it's like losing like slight focus just on that ball, but I think it's like the second or third time that's happened where he's like run a few out and then has like sort of an easy shot, and just maybe like is looking at the next ball or something like that. But Anyway, regardless. Really nice shot here. Just needs to clear that 9, which, oof, I don't think he did. Let's take a little zoom here. Actually, okay. Might have to jump just a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna have to jump like just a fourth of this 9 ball. She did end up doing and leaving. This is actually a pretty decent combo. Yeah, Kyle's saying each time they're about to get going, the nerves set off. Yeah. I think if you recognize that a break and run is in play, as opposed to just focusing on the next 3 balls in every shot, then that does affect you. But as long as you focus on, okay, my next 3 balls are the 5, 6, 8. You make the 5. Okay, the next 3 balls are the 6, 8, 9. You know what I mean? Like you just fall into that rhythm of focusing on your patterns and the leaves that you need for those 3. Then the break and run is less like, not ominous, but like it's less in your mind. You're not like, oh, well, I better make this, because if I don't, then, you know, I don't have the break and run, so. So I actually haven't seen James jump yet, which maybe tells me that he hasn't or doesn't practice it much. Because that was a phenomenal kick. Who needs jumping when you can kick like that? So. I think if he slow rolls this into the side, he should have decent position for the 8, but he is going to draw on it. Just a little bit of stun there. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. So I know the urge is to draw this 2 rails going across this right side pocket, but it's a little bit dangerous. One thing I don't mind doing, and I don't know, maybe other players can tell me I'm wrong, but just accepting a longer shot. So instead of drawing that back, if he would have just stunned back across and left himself on the upper side of that side pocket, it is a longer shot to the 9, but at least you aren't really flirting with that side pocket scratch. And what a good leave here from Angelo. All right, so Angelo, I think this is the second time in this game that there's been a 2-rack difference. First time was very early on in the game. I will say I do like the speed that both of these players are playing at. I myself tend to shoot a little quick. I like fast play. I don't know. What can I say? I'm a huge fan of Mohamed Sufi. Even he who must not be named currently. Mr. Filler. He is fun to watch, albeit his decisions lately. Oh, he racked the 3 in the front. That's a foul. Oh, Is anyone gonna notice? Is anyone gonna notice that he racked the 3 in the front? That's a foul. Oh wow. Oops. Yep. Well, we have no refs here, and the other player did not notice that the 3 was racked in the front. So apparently he does not see it because he is not calling it. So Angelo's going to continue shooting here. Yeah, my God. Yeah. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Make sure the rack is sorted correctly. Really nice shot in the upper right corner. Left with a pretty steep 2, so definitely see this as a defense opportunity to send that 2 to the top rail. If you can actually get the 2 on the parallel side of that 3, would be a pretty good safety. Or send the cue ball that way. Either way, just give some distance. Hopefully not leave an open shot. But it looks like Angelo can slice this 2 into the right side pocket. Oh my goodness, he almost flukes the 9. Alright, so looks like James is going to get enough of the 2 here for the lower left corner. Nice shot. Friendly bump on the 6. Nope. Avoids the 6. Try to reverse bank the 3 here. Looks like he's not going to do that. Oh. Cut into the corner. Oh no. Man. Some unfortunate rolls here from James. That was a nice cut too. All right, so Angelo can just roll this up. Get just to about the 7. Obviously don't want to be on top of it, but just roll this forward. It's a good shot. Good leave. Stop shot this one here. Checking his line for the 7. I like it. It's always good to do a little walk around the table and make sure you've got the right angles in play here. Oh, stunned out a tad much, but this is fine. He can just stun out now and have the 9 ball in the lower left corner. Oh, use the rail to come back around. This is fine. It's good. See, that's what I like. He let his stroke out. You know, let the power kind of carry that cue ball over. If you're a little bit of a softer shooter, you could stay on the right side of the table. But fortunately, angle was a little too steep here, and he misjudged it. So. Bumblebee stinging. James has a good cut opportunity. Really smooth. Really nice. Got ourselves a 6-7 game here. I will be back in just one moment. All right, folks. I'm back. A quick little restroom break for myself and one of the players. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. My name is Zach Ross. I am the Q Sports communicator here at Ox Billiards, putting on these streamed matches for the community and also to just watch players advance their game, learn something new. Glad you all are joining me this evening. Let me know where you are tuning in from. If you are local to the Washington, Seattle area, we do offer memberships here at Ox Billiards. You get 24-hour access to the club. It's a really great way to improve your game. Mondays and Wednesdays are members only, so you can come practice at a rate of $8 an hour, discounted rate. You get a key card. Come anytime you want. It's a great experience. Also have 4 snooker tables here and a Hey Joy Chinese 8-ball table. If you're unfamiliar with that type of table, it's basically a hybrid between a pool table and a snooker table. All right, James with a solid break. Probably leaves himself for the 3 in the lower left corner, unless... Yeah, just overran that one a little bit. Nudges the 4, giving ball in hand to Angelo. So I'm not quite sure that 7 goes by the 8, but let's go ahead and do a quick little zoom while Angelo gets set up here. Looks like the 7 might barely go, so interested to see if he can suss this run out here. Yeah, I agree, Kyle. James's break has been really, really solid. I need to start taking some notes here. I feel like sometimes my break is really good, other times it's just faulty, but his has been super consistent this game, so. Let's roll this one forward ever so slightly. Or let the stroke out, but yeah, woof. It's a problem with letting the stroke out on that shot in particular. Now you've got a mile of green or grays, if you will, to cover here for the 5. Hoo-hoo! Little ticky shot off of the 9. Not sure how intentional that was, but nonetheless made the pot, so keeping himself at the table here and on the brink of the hill, so almost connects with the bank. Getting a pretty fortunate leave here, so we call a good miss. Oh, James gonna fluke the 9 into the side pocket for the win. Oh man, we've got ourselves a tied game here. 7-7. Big fluke at the most opportune moment here. We got a match indeed. Can this be the very first break and run of the match? Not trying to jinx it, but now would be the most opportune time to pull one of those out, especially with the way he's been breaking, so. Four in the corner, 9 getting some wheels. Doesn't quite find a pocket, but he is really nice on this 1. Yeah, Kyle kind of smirking at the Fargo odds here. Yeah, it still seems to kind of favor the higher rated player, even though this match has been very even. So James could try to draw hard on this and hopefully clip the 7. But I don't know. I feel it's really aggressive. Might be better just kind of stun out and get close to the rail, almost parallel with the 8, and then have a look on the 2 and you can play safe. But haven't really been a ton of safes in this game. Oh, he ends up fluking the 1 and actually gets the leave that I was kind of talking about, just a different route. So now, be an interesting opportunity here for a safety. Yeah, exactly. Stun inside, keep going on the 2. Yeah, so yeah, I think the stun would have just been easier to control the cue ball, but you know, nonetheless, he still found this route. Oof. An unfriendly bump in that particular instance. All right, Angelo gonna safe it up. Still leaving a kick, but, you know, not an obvious contact here. Okay, good hit. Good separation. Left 2 in a good spot, so really good speed control on that contact. If Angelo wants to get crafty here, he could make the 5. Oh man, is it going to be going for the 2? Is it going to go? Is it going to go? Oh my goodness. The extra little roll. And this Andy Cloth said, yes, you will drop. But now, doesn't really have the best shot on the 3. I mean, obviously he's can make contact with it. Looks like he is going to go for side. Nice shot. Let's be a little bit careful about position just so he isn't stuck behind the 7, but this should be fairly straightforward. Kind of roll it up. Nice shot. Just stun off that rail just a little bit. Bring this cue ball back mostly center table. Maybe on the left third of the table, if you will. Oh no. Caught it too thick, but again, the fortunate leave. You know, I mean, he was playing position for the 7, so I wouldn't even call that like a fluke leave, you know? It's like he was totally intending for the 7 here, so you also get a little bit of a covered safety on it. It's not really, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like unlucky or something. It was definitely intentional for him to be there, so. Yeah, I think holding it is the right call, just because he had the right angle, and he didn't really need a ton of speed, so I think he hit it pretty nice. It just, he hit it too thick, or too thin rather, because it went rail first into the pocket, so. This is interesting, yeah. Try to Masse? No, he's gonna swerve, but oh, he's gonna go 2 rails. Yeah, that was gonna be so tough because you have to hit it so hard into the first rail so that by the time it hits that second rail, it takes the angle that you need. So yeah, the the attempt at the Z unfortunately fizzled out there. Oh, Angelo, oof, okay. Almost a little bit, slightly careless, but he did bump the 8 enough to where he got the look, so out of that danger. Really smooth shot there. Just needs to do the exact same. I'd probably just draw back a little bit, just so I have a little bit better of an angle on that 9 in the same pocket. Don't need to force it too much. Oh, he got really good action on that draw, so good for him. Really good leave. Ooh, okay. All right, so Angelo, the first one to get to the hill here. 7-8 game. Angelo's favor, and he is breaking, so if you want to crown this game off, now's a chance for a break and run. Got more people in the club here tonight. Got 2 snooker tables being used. Also have 3 other pool tables being used for practice. Kyle predicting this goes hill now. Anyone else in the chat, let us know your prediction. Angelo breaking here on the hill. James just shy of the hill. Oh, that's... Yep. Interesting. Will James try to go for a 3 foul, or will he just break this? Okay, he's just going to break it. I know some players will be frothing at the bit here to go for the 3 foul when a player miscues on the break. But James said, you know what, my break has been working pretty well, so I'm just going to take advantage. Fortunately, leaving a little weird on the 2, but really good safety shot unless it leaks out. Yeah, it leaked out, but Angelo has an opportunity to return the safe now. So I think James just rushed that ever so slightly. Take a little bit more time to make sure that you have the cue ball control and hide that cue. Kyle says, what do you think James is listening to in his headphones? I'm going to say... That's a really good question. I want to say like Calypso. Just like some island rhythm. No, I'm going to maybe guess it's like some hip hop or something. I don't know. I like to listen to instrumentals for sure. I don't really like to listen to music with vocals if I were to have headphones while playing. I try not to use headphones only because for me, the sound of how I hit the ball is like important to me. It kind of like is an audible feedback of how hard I'm hitting certain shots. So I actually don't really like using headphones. But, you know, each player has their own preference. Alright, so you just need to follow this out. Bump into the 7, get friendly. There it is. I'm like the dude from The Big Lebowski, you know? He's listening to like bowling on tape. I'm listening to like cue ball, object ball hitting racks on tape. That's what I listen to when I play. All right, so when he cuts this 5 in the upper left corner, he is going to run into the 8, so just needs to be aware of that. You don't need to go too hard into this. I like the speed a lot. Oh. Caught that way too thick. But not a terrible leave. I mean, he's going to make Angelo work for this. Nice cut here. Okay, the cue ball came off the short rail and bumped into the 7 and moved it up table. So Angelo's got a really ideal position here now. Maybe just drop down the line incorrectly there. Alright, so James just needs to roll this into the side pocket with follow. End his cue ball. Sort of middle table, maybe on that 3rd diamond. If he hits it a little hard, he can go 2nd diamond. Oh no, he hit it. No, nope, too thick. Oh boy. Well, now here comes the cheese. The brie, the Gouda, whatever you want to call it. The cheese is in play now. Oh, wow. The cheese has been rattled. That was like a Chuck E. Cheese. All right, so James given a second life here. Why does it have to be cheddar, Kyle? You know, there's so many other cheeses in the world that are far superior to cheddar. If we're gonna get into a cheese conversation. But don't get me easily distracted. Angelo back at the table. Roll this one up. Yep, let it stroke out. It's right shot. Don't want to baby it. Is this gonna fluke? Oh no, it's not. Sheesh. Okay, it's yellow. Alright, I'll concede that point. No, cheddar kind of looks a little bit more orange. Anywho, back to the table. We got James at the table. If he reverse banks this and lets the cue ball flow. Nope. Going for safe. Smart. Especially when your opponent's on the hill. That was a smart choice. Now, will Angelo be aggressive here? Take this 8. Yep, looks like it. Oh, whoa. Yeah, caught that one too thin. It's going to sit up above the side pocket. All right, so now all James has to do is make this natural cue ball path will bring the cue ball parallel to the middle part of the table. It's going to sit below the 9. All right, so now it's James's turn to get the stitch on Angelo with this particular miss leave. I feel like Angelo's been getting these types of miss leaves all game. Hit the rail. Decent safety. James has an opportunity to return the safe. I think I just try to bank this 8 to the short rail at the top. And leave this cue ball back behind the 9. Oh, I hit it much too hard. But it's not terrible. I mean, the pocket in the upper left is definitely in play. And if he makes this, have pretty prime position on this 9 ball for the lower left corner. So he doesn't even need to hit this hard. Just hit it smooth. That's actually really good speed. Okay, see, Andy Cloth just running a little long, but at least he made the shot. So, interested to see what he does here. He's kind of seeing if he can overcut it. Ah, no. I don't think so. He's going to go for the bank. Oof. Just off of the jaw. All right, folks, we've got ourselves a tied match. It is now 8-8 in a race to 9. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a really good match. Both these players scrapping each rack back and forth. James to break. This is the first Hill match we have had since we started these streams over a month and a half ago. So y'all are in for a treat here. I love seeing these really close games. Both players just like really digging in, taking advantage of mistakes, making mistakes of their own, learning from it, figuring it out. James with that one in the upper right corner. That's probably like the third or fourth time he's made it up there. Yeah, Kyle, you called it. Hill. Kudos to you. All right, so figure he's got to push here. I mean, he's got to call the push. Yeah. Interesting. He left a long shot, but he actually left like a really good angle to get back for the 3 here. Oh boy, he overcut that. Is he gonna fluke? No way. That's crazy. It's 9-ball, baby. Yeah, face man, just restart the game and it's a race to 1. No, this has been really solid. Thank you all for joining. Angelo with 2 really good slices here after the fluke. Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Okay, well, overhit it, but actually has opportunity to make this. Oh, don't jack up. No, don't do that. No. Oh, unless he was going for the safe. Which I guess he was, right? I mean, why else would you jack up on that shot like that? Unless you're actually just trying to play safe. I think I just try to bank this 5 into the 8-9 and hide it and send the cue ball up. Oh, wow. Wow. What a shot. I mean, the cue ball rattled out of those jaws in that side pocket. That was crazy. I think James is just in like Terminator mode, see ball, make ball, He's like, there's no way I'm losing this game. I can see it. I can sense it. It's the vibe I'm getting. All right, just slow roll this down. Have the 8 in the lower right corner. No. You know what? God, this game is so close. Do you just send this 9-ball? Like, I don't know. You just say, just send, just full send, thin cut this 8 into the 9 and send that 9. Oh, he did it. He tried to send it. Oh man, just don't scratch. Do not. Oh, Jedi mind tricks. This ball is hanging by a hair. Wow. Wow. All right. This is a crazy leave. If Angelo makes this, which is possible, but shooting over that corner, crazy. It looks like he's gonna I don't know. Oh boy. Oh no, this is gonna dress up real nice for James. Oh, this is like the perfect position you need to get for this 9. He just hits this smooth and goes 1 rail, maybe 2, but 1 for sure. Oh no. Kind of rushed it. If he would have found that center line that he needed to take, he would have been in prime position for the 9, but oh man, that's unfortunate. And then Angelo kind of under hitting this one. I think both these players just feeling the end game is nigh, you know? Angelo with the snipe into the lower right corner, and that, no way. No way. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Incredible finish. What a match this was. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is a 9-8 finish. Angelo with the win over James. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Next week, we will also have another match here. It will be Mihao Ryback versus Francis Cho. So tune in for that one. Thank you all again. It's been an awesome time. As usual, my name is Zach Ross here at Seattle Ox Billiards. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share with a friend. Let someone you know in the pool community who loves pool. Check out the channel. Take care. Have a lovely evening.
These tables are fun, honestly. I just can't get the table down right away.
Yeah, I play every day. It's fucking incredible. What a hit!
This is one of the best matches I've seen.
Are you not insane?
Yeah, exactly.
If I didn't lose that, then that wouldn't have happened. I mean, if I didn't mess up on that 2-ball out,
Oh, the 8?
that was fundamental run out. But I'm like, dude, the nerves were there.
Oh, I know. It was just like the last few shots, I was like,
Dude, that's the way to do it.
I didn't even try to get shape on the last one. I was like, man, dude, fucking I need to.
as soon as you shot the 8, I was like, oh, you're like, I just need to make a shot. Like,
Yeah, I just need to
could
make a
tell.
shot.
And then it like rolled down, I was like, oh, you still kind of got this cut. And then it's shit.
We're both
I
off.
thought it was going in, bro.
I was like,
I thought it was going in. I was like, well, I didn't expect that because the other tables I play on don't give me the same reaction. Not even close. Danny's Midway's got a 9-foot diamond, but they're